All right, people, what the hell is going on? The hell? Anyway, hear the little kittens in the background. I know it's hot back there. Anyway, I gotta document a situation. Basically, that's what this video is. I gotta document a situation just so I can have a reference of shit that didn't happen before I just fuck around and forget. Now, I'm on this property right now, which is formerly mine, but not anymore. This house, formerly mine, not mine anymore. The people that run the shop next door own all this shit now. Would go into how all that shit happened, but that's a whole nother situation. Fucked up situation, but a whole nother situation. That shit's in the past. It's done, finito, whatever. Now, within the past couple of weeks, we got some shit that done came up. I still have the lot next door to this property here, which is 3011. I still, at this point, I still, still my dad's name or whatever you want to call it, but I was approached saying that somebody wanted to buy it. I was like, fine, okay, you know what I'm saying? So the broker had the people that they was going to sell it to or whatever. I had to give them a price. You know how that go. So I gave them a price. The broker took it back. Hit me back the next day or something like that with a counter offer, and I was like, fine. I took that. Fast forward a couple of days. That shit was moving along. Broker come by, sign a little contract, you know what I'm saying? If you ever been through that whole process of selling property or whatnot. And then I got to go through title shit too, so I signed a little contract, blah, blah, blah. And then the next week come around, because there's still other stuff that you got to do. Bunch of little processes you got to go through. And then I run across one of the brothers that be at the shop, that run the shop next door, the appliance place. And this motherfucker here, I was out talking to my aunt. My aunt had brought me some documents by here. He saw me outside. He wanted to talk to me, so he called me inside. I went over there to talk to him. This motherfucker called me in and started complaining about some wood, in the backyard. We had tornadoes down here. What it is, 8/27. It's August the 27th. So we, a while back we had the tornadoes. Tornadoes blew, fucking tree fell on the house. So, eventually, I cut the shit off the house. I had to pay a guy to come out there and cut the tree up, but I couldn't pay him to haul it off. I ain't got money like that. So, so the tree is cut up, but it's in the backyard. He's saying that somebody threw some wood in the back of his building back there, which I don't see nobody doing that. And then the back of the building is fenced off from my backyard. So he's saying somebody threw some wood back there. And I'm telling him that ain't nobody throw. I was back there when that dude was cutting this shit up. You know what I'm saying? Because I was back there. Where you see chopped up wood or whatever, logs or whatever the hell you want to talk. It was a big ass tree. That's where the tree was. That tree fell over in the backyard. It took up the whole backyard, other than the parts that was on the top of the fucking house. So he was complaining about that, and he was like, yeah, you try to treat you nice and treat you fair, but you throw the stuff over there. I'm like, ain't nobody threw nothing over there. Know what the fuck you talking about? I was like, I paid to cut the shit off your house. I didn't have to do that. I know I'm staying here or whatnot, but I didn't have to do that. This is your fucking house. I could have left that fucking tree on the top of your goddamn house. The only reason I went ahead and cut it down on my own because that seemed like the decent thing to do. And then we got a hurricane after that. So you want a hurricane coming by with a tree already on top of the goddamn house? And I don't need this house falling down while I'm in it, motherfucker. Shit. So I went off of that shit. And then he segued into the lot next to the house. Asked me if I was gonna sell that lot. What he said something about somebody selling the lot. And I hate when people do this. You want to buy the lot. You know what I'm saying? But he's saying, why didn't you come to me to sell it? I said, I didn't put it up for sale. Which I didn't. I didn't put the lot up for sale. I was approached because somebody wanted to buy it. I didn't put the lot up for I didn't put it up for sale. So I mean, if you go, they not American, they Iranian. So you mean you better get your goddamn English words right talking to me, motherfucker, because that's gonna get you fucked up. I said I didn't put it up for sale. People approach me all the time. Just this year, I had like 3 or 4 people approach me about buying that goddamn lot. Ain't nobody came up with no money. So, somebody came along. The people that brokered the deal for this shit came by. So I know they somewhat legit. So, and they came by and was talking numbers. But I ain't heard shit from them. I've been in this house 2 years. I ain't heard shit from them folks over there. So he going off on that shit. And I was kind of playing in the middle. Because, like I said, that ain't got shit to do with you. Why you worried about that? And then later on in the conversation, I was like, yeah, well, people came to me, with an offer. So shit, I took, they came to me with an offer. I took it. It's as simple as that. Hey, did you sign anything? Yes, motherfucker, I signed the contract and shit already. And we've been going back and forth on that shit for the last few days. You know what I'm saying? Like, really, we've been going back and forth on that shit for the last few days. Just a couple of minutes ago, he was just on my goddamn porch with that shit. The guy, I think the one that's next door is Muhammad. That's the first one. I talked to that dude. We was talking at each other for about an hour and a half. Going back and forth over the same goddamn shit. They trying to get me to not sell the fucking lot. I'd already signed the contract. I'm not backing out a deal to do some shit with you. I'm sorry. It's not gonna fucking happen. I already know what's gonna happen. They gonna try to put me out the house, which I told them you can do. You can do it. If that's what you feel like you need to do, make yourself feel better about yourself to get me out this house, because they keep bringing it up. Go ahead and do that. I told them I gotta move anyway, nigga. The way my health is, I can't stay here. You know what I'm saying? I can't stay here. In the condition that this house is in, hell no, I can't stay here. I gotta move anyway. Now, where am I moving? I have no goddamn idea. How am I moving? I have no goddamn idea. But the writing's on the wall already. I can't stay here. I got to go whether I wanted to or not. So they keep bringing that shit up. And I'm like, I done already signed the contract. They keep going that back and forth, just like, come on. You gonna keep asking me for this shit. I keep telling you, I'm not gonna do it. That's how I got end up in this problem with this shit right now. I was in a deal for a little piece of property, and I guess they was on the other side of the deal where they wanted all of this shit. They wanted the shopping stuff, which they got, in the deal. They didn't even pay for this house. You know what I'm saying? They didn't pay for this house. They got the house, but they didn't pay for it. That wasn't even included in the price. That was the fucked up part. So I'm sitting there telling them back and forth, blah, blah, blah. So I end up calling the realtor lady, the broker, whatever the hell. I called her and told her what was going on. And she was like, yeah, I called them with an offer. So she called them. They got the right of first refusal. You know what I'm saying? That broker called them first. And they tried to lowball me. They tried to lowball me so bad that the broker didn't even come back to me with the price. You know what I'm saying? She didn't. She went straight to somebody else. I think they got a couple of opportunities to come up on the price. And they just went up by a little bit and a little bit, and then she took it to somebody else who came out of pocket. You know what I'm saying? Right up front. So yeah. And they mad at me. They mad at me. Because you fucked off the deal. And I'm sitting over here talking at these motherfuckers. And I'm like, you know, hey man, that ain't my fault. Because I had to talk to that Muhammad guy over there for a while. And then I'm over here at the house chilling because I remember I ended up calling the fuck. God damn it. I ended up calling the guy, I mean the broker lady, and I'm telling her because, you know, if there's some shit going on, then, you know, I call her and let her know, because they gonna be calling her trying to figure out what the hell is going on. You know, because if I was dealing with somebody, they probably know it was probably her, so they gonna call. I'm calling blah 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 blah. So he knocking on my door, mad. The older brother, Ali, the one you don't ever see around here, he like the big brother. He come around him. I'm like, man, I mean, you arguing and you angry and shit, but it ain't my fucking fault that you fucked off the deal. Y'all, I had my numbers already. Y'all didn't meet those numbers. The broker took it to somebody who would pay those numbers. I don't give a damn who I would have sold a lie to, as long as I would have got what I asked for. All the rest of that shit don't fucking matter. I didn't care. I wasn't for to get duped on this shit like I did last time. No, that's not for the fucking happen. So that happened. Blah 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 blah. That's the guy. The other guy, the first guy I talked to, he was at the shop. His brother was up here on my goddamn porch, and he mad. And I'm sitting there, and I'm at a point now where I'm talking at him too. I'm not talking to him in a very friendly tone, because they not talking to me in a fucking friendly tone. They over here talking about how nice they are to me and we friends and shit like that. Nigga, how we friends? I've seen you twice in my life, 2 years apart. Nigga, we ain't friends. I don't know fucking you. Your brother is in that shop every goddamn day. I'm in this house every day. I don't even see that dude most of the goddamn time. I know he there because I see his truck. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna talk to y'all. We family. We family. Nigga, who you fuck? You Dominique Toretto up in this motherfucker? We family now? No, motherfucker, shit. No, he not. Every time they say we friends, I'm like, we not friends. He be like, he'll be like, I know you. No, you don't. You don't know me. If you knew me, you wouldn't even say that shit. You know, just get the fuck out of here. So, and then he ended up leaving and coming back because he left. He wouldn't call the lady, the broker lady. They had words, and then he come back over here. You know what I'm saying? He come back over here. Man, look, y'all really fucking pushing my patience right now. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who the fuck they think they talking to. You know what I'm saying? They don't. You know, I don't know. I don't know. I really do not fucking know who they think I am. You know what I'm saying? They talk about how they know me and shit like that. Nigga, do you know I'm armed to the teeth up in this bitch? You know what I'm saying? And I ain't at the door brandishing weapons and no shit like that. It's just the fact that I am. If they knew what was right inside this goddamn front door, they wouldn't even come up here knocking on it. That's why I say, you don't know me. It won't be the first time. I done had 2 people I know walk up in my motherfucking house with a gun in their fucking face. It's like, nah, you just can't pull up on me like that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying that I'm, gung-ho or no shit like that, but it's the fact that they coming at me like I'm some low-life ass motherfucker. And I'm like, no, Like they expect for me. He was trying to get me to back out a deal I done already signed a contract on, gonna offer me $5,000 extra. What? Niggas, you out your dookie ass mind? Yeah, 110. I can do you 110. Fuck, get the fuck out of here. I say that's what's wrong with y'all, man. You motherfuckers think everybody is simple and greedy. No. I done already signed a contract. You ain't finna offer me shit. You know what I'm saying? You ain't finna offer me shit. And he would have to have had my asking price in cash right then. You know what I'm saying? Like in the movies, you would have to have a briefcase just full of cash right there, boom, right there. That's the only way that shit would happen. It is. That's the only way that shit would have happened. Like, fuck that. That's not finna fucking happen. And I'm like, nah, bro, this is not how we gonna do this. So, and I called the lady back because every time they do say something to me, and it's regarding, because they always saying shit regarding the broker, the one that brokered the deal. They always got some shit to say about her. It might be true, it might not. I don't know. But I mean, and they always talk about how much money she gonna make and all this other shit and blah blah blah. I'm like, that ain't none of your business. And I keep telling them that every time they say that ain't. Why you worry about what money she making? That ain't none of your business. What she making? If you paying what you supposed to be paying on the deal, or you receiving the pay that you supposed to receive on the deal, then what the fuck difference does it make what she make? You just nah. That's why don't nobody like them dudes. Ain't nobody I know that talk to them people like them. And like I say, he came over here with that shit, and then I hadn't seen that guy since. And then the other brother came over here because they just show up over here. I be looking, I can't see much. They all both looking like me. And he come over here asking me today, just a couple minutes ago, what you sell a lot yet? I'm like, that ain't none of your business. Like, straight up, that ain't none of your business. And then, he always got some money. Well, blah, 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 No, and blah, 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 blah. That ain't none of your business. Don't ask me about that shit no more. Literally. Don't ask me about that no more. And just to make it simple, and this is what happened. Just to make it simple, I was standing right there at the door. Just to make it clear, like I told you, I'm on to the teeth up in here. I walked out the front door, sat down in front of this dude. And I said, look, do not ask me about that shit no more. And that motherfucker flew the fuck off, talking about I was threatening him. He flew the fuck off, talking about, you gonna threaten me? I said, I didn't threaten you at all, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? It ain't my thing to threaten you. I will wait until you do some shit so I can do something to you. If I was gonna do that shit, I'm not fit to threaten you. That's stupid. You know what I'm saying? I'll let you come over here to talk to me one day and knock on the door and open my door like you usually do and blow your fucking ass off. Now, that didn't sound right. But anyway, yeah, if I was gonna do something, that's how I would do it. Nigga, I'll let you walk up in this motherfucker uninvited, and then, let Texas law handle the rest from there. But I went out on my porch, sat down. So because he Iranian, he's short. So I'm 6'3", so I sat down and was telling this man, do not ask me about that shit no more. And he thought in his head, because that's where his mind was at. That's where his mind was at. Saying that I threatened him over that shit. I didn't threaten you. And he didn't leave that. He walked off on that shit. You gonna threaten me? I'm gonna get you up out of this house. Been saying that for the last 2 days, man. After you telling me that after the next 2 days, you keep holding that shit over my head. I told you, you're not gonna hold that over my head. You're not. I gotta move anyway. So it's just a matter of when. You gonna keep holding that over my goddamn head. And the fact is, they keep holding it over my head, the fact that I'm staying here. And they keep holding it over my head. And I keep telling them they're not gonna do that, but that's what the fuck you doing, because you keep mentioning it. You keep saying it. You ain't listening where I say I gotta move anyway, motherfucker. You telling me I gotta go ain't telling me shit. I done told myself that a long time ago. The only reason I'm still here is because I had a health hiccup, a big health hiccup. And that put a big gap in my my searching capabilities and shit like that. So yeah, you ain't saying nothing, homie. But that shit where I sit down in front of you and tell you not to bother me about this shit no more, and you talking about I'm threatening you just because you intimidated, motherfucker, that's your fault. Grow some goddamn balls. You know what I'm saying? Grow some balls. Because you threatening me. You know what I'm saying? You threatening me with putting me out the fucking house. Without actually saying it. I know how to read goddamn tones. Now, you could probably read my tone as threatening, but I didn't threaten him. I was making sure that he understood what the fuck I said, which he didn't. Well, I know he know what the fuck I said, but it wasn't gonna stop. As you can see, if he was on my porch asking me some shit I'd already told this man about, and I just finished some more shit on this deal today. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not telling him shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, it's a done deal. No, it's not. How the fuck you know what is and ain't a done deal? You know what I'm saying? How the fuck do you know? I told you. I'm like, man, I signed the contract already. I did a whole bunch of other stuff with that too. I was on the phone with the title later today. You know what I'm saying? We just waiting at this point. We just waiting at this point. So, but I ain't tell him that. I told him I wasn't none of this goddamn business. Ain't none of your business, man. Ain't none of your business. That lot ain't got nothing to do with you. Whether I sell that lot or not ain't got nothing to do with you. If the deal was to fall through for some other goddamn reason, I will not sell it to him anyway. Just on goddamn principle. I wouldn't. On principle, I wouldn't. No, hell no. Somebody else want it, I'll sell it to them. But because this is how it goes. I got the broker lady. You know what I'm saying? That's who she comes to my house, brings me the papers, explain all this shit to me and all this other stuff. Cause she know I can't fucking see and shit like that. So all the little stuff, she explained all that shit to me. Make sure it's in order. I got copies of everything up there. If I feel anything wrong, I can take that shit to one of my people and let them look over that shit. As far as I got it right now, everything's in order. Ain't no weird shit going or no shit like that. So I'm talking to her, And that's when I found out that they had. I didn't when he first called me over there the other day. I didn't I didn't even know that they had the first right of refusal. That she gave them the first right of refusal, and they lowballed it. I didn't even know. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even know. I didn't need to know. Tell you the truth, at that point I didn't need to know who was trying to buy the lot. But I didn't even know that then. It wasn't until I talked to that lady on the phone afterwards. She was like, "Yeah, I went to them first." I was like, "Well, shit, they already knew," and they mad at me for not going over there because they keep asking me why I didn't go to them to sell a lot. I didn't go to nobody to sell a lot. Stupid. You know? You know what I'm saying? I didn't go to nobody to sell a lot. Somebody came to you to buy it. And you fucked it off. Because you ain't think I was worthy of getting the money that I was asking for. No, well, you know, that's what happens. You lose out. And then when I was talking to the older brother, he said that the younger brother, the one that said to shop every day, he said he was supposed to come by here 2 weeks ago and ask me about buying the lot. I'm like, well, that definitely ain't my fault, because that was before I even got an offer for it. You know what I'm saying? If you told your brother to come by here 2 weeks ago, we probably wouldn't be having this conversation right now on my porch. Now, y'all would have had to pay me my money because I would have got the same numbers, and y'all would have had to pay that regardless. But yeah, what we going through right now wouldn't be the issue. But that's not what happened. And I had to tell him, I would say, see, that's not my fault. You steady pulling on me, trying to get me to come in your direction. I'm like, nah, no, it's not for that. It's not for to go like that. I say, y'all motherfuckers don't operate. I operate off principle. When it comes to certain shit, I operate off principle. You just can't go around backing out of shit. You know, you can't. You can't go just because you end up getting fucked over. You know, and if not then, it's somewhere down the goddamn line, you got to have some fucking some integrity about your goddamn self. Can't be trying to be greedy. Tell you that right now. I know that from what I do now. Nah, motherfucker, you got some money, you take that money and you roll with it. You start fucking around trying to get some more money, and then you fuck around and end up with none. So yeah, that's the issue you need to take up with your brother. That's probably why he came over here today to my porch. That's probably why he got pissed off so fast. Because his older brother probably went over there and got in his ass if that shit was true. If that shit was true, where he was supposed to come over here 2 weeks ago, before I even signed the contract or whatnot, then that's between y'all. You don't need to be on my porch discussing that shit with me. You know what I'm saying? You don't. And I keep telling them, you're talking to me. I'm telling you, I already signed the contract to sell the shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm more than halfway through the process. I'm not backing out of it. You're pissed off. You call a broker. You start fussing at her. Same deal. Then, on top of that, he talking about going to court and trying to block the goddamn sale. Kind of shit is that? Now, the broker say he can't do that. He say he don't have no grounds to be able to do any of that. But I'm just the thought that he would say that shit. You know what I'm saying? Just the thought that he would say that shit. You know, I'll block the deal. I'll block the sale. I'm like, you about to get to a point where you ain't gonna be able to come on your own goddamn property, son. Now you fucking with my money. You know, you fucking with my money. You know, no, man. And like I said, that's why don't nobody like dealing with them. No, nobody like dealing with them. Nobody. I'm not, you know, I mentioned that there was Iranians, but I ain't gonna say nothing about them other than that. Because I'm 100% sure that all Iranians ain't like that. They got their own little culture, but it's certain little shit I done heard that everybody and their mama done said. It's kind of broad knowledge, common knowledge. But that don't mean that they all assholes. You know what I'm saying? You know, that don't mean that they all assholes like that. They got their ways and all this other stuff just like everybody else do. That don't make you an asshole. So yeah, we on a battleground right now. You know, because I'm gonna be in this house for a minute. Because even if I gotta move, it's gonna be a minute before I can. It ain't a matter of want. You know, you want me out of here fast? It better be some cruisers out front. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm arranging stuff now. You know what I'm saying? I got to get this shit right here in order now that I'm dealing with, this last property deal. And then I got to start getting other shit in order as far as the assets and whatnot that I got in the house and all that other shit. Take care of that. Excuse me. Because I got stuff, you know, and that stuff has to go somewhere. Whether it stays in my possession or not is still to be decided. But, you know, when it's time for me to get up out of this fucking house, whenever, I don't plan on leaving a lot of shit here. You know what I'm saying? It'll be some shit left in here, but I ain't finna just leave them no whole furnished ass fucking house and shit. No, hell no. And so I got that shit, but that's down the line. I'm not dealing with that right now. But I do know I can't stay neighbors with these motherfuckers. I can't do that. It'd be different if we was having this having this conflict right now, but it was we had a more amicable relationship. We don't have, it's not one at all. You know what I'm saying? Other than let that motherfucker use my goddamn battery charger and shit. You know what I'm saying? Or some shit like that. But like I say, when they come at you, that's how they come at you. You know, and I think that's one of the main reasons why they let me stay in this fucking house without too much issue, is they was gonna use that to try to get that lot. They probably could have. They would have had to pay me regardless. But they had 2 years, man. 2 years. And you had 2 years of opportunity right here to put an offer in on that lot if you wanted it. I'm right here in this house every goddamn day. And you didn't. You got wind that it was for sale. You tried to lowball me, and the broker didn't even approach me with the return offer on that. They took it straight to somebody else. They came up with the money, and now you mad. Now they trying to pay me more than what the fuck, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna get for it. No, it ain't worth it. You know what I'm saying? It ain't worth it. I'm not finna disappoint somebody. You disappointed yourself. I back out of this deal, I'm disappointing somebody else. Somebody who, if I back out of this deal to try to sell that shit to them, somebody who had plans and stuff and wanted to use that lot for whatever the fuck they want to use it for, I pissed them off. Well, I ain't trying to piss nobody off. I didn't piss them off. They pissed themselves off. The situation they in right now is their fault. And I keep telling them that. It's your fault. Y'all had opportunity. Y'all didn't fucking take it. And they don't be listening to me when I say that shit. They don't, I don't know what they think about black folk. I think they look down on us like they look down on women. It's just like, hey, don't think Just because I might sound hood, I might sound country, I might sound like whatever. Don't come thinking you dealing with no goddamn dumbass. You know what I'm saying? Don't come thinking about you dealing with a dumbass. That last deal I was in, that shit got fucked up. But that was a deal I had to make out of just being kind of hard up for some money. This is not the case. I'm like, this is not the case. You know what I'm saying? I will not sell that lot to nobody. I will hold on to that shit for the next 5 goddamn years. And just let the goddamn property value go up on that shit and then fucking sell it. You know? I do it. I don't care. I do it. But I'm not selling it to them. No. You fucked that off on your own, man. So, and that's what I'm dealing with right now. And I know they gonna come knocking on my door again for some shit. Cause that dude think I didn't threaten him because I sat him cause I gave him a no nonsense ass tone. And that motherfucker said, you not gonna be threatening me before I finished even saying what the fuck I was gonna say. Like literally, I hadn't even finished saying what I was gonna say. You know? I hadn't even finished saying what I was gonna say. But I can probably tell the look on my face when I was saying it. I look like the way that I look, I can't even think of that. Well, I can't think of the dude's name, so it ain't gonna even make no sense for me to even try to put that image in y'all motherfucking head. But it was one of them old black actors that used to play football. Not fucking Jim Brown. It was another guy. But I mean, you could stick Jim Brown in. Just imagine Jim Brown sit down in front of you and like, look, you get something like that, goddammit. But it wasn't quite Debo. I tell you that. It wasn't quite Debo. But man, whatever. I can't concern myself with that. I can't run my blood pressure up over that. I can't. I run across dumbass shit like that. You gotta let that shit just fucking go, man. Because if you let that shit sit on you and just stir, you'll run yourself crazy. You'll run your blood pressure up. You'll do all you have yourself sick and hey, I got enough problems. I'm not gonna let you worry me like that. Now that don't mean that I'm gonna let you do what the fuck you gonna do. You gonna get some shit. But I'm one of those people. I'm one of those folks, and I tell people this as advice all the time. You gotta be able to give people a business and not run yourself hot doing it. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to give people the business and not run yourself hot doing it. It's just like if you're in drama class or some shit like that. You got to, you know what? I got to play the role for about 30 seconds. Then I'm going to play this role for about 30 seconds and, and I did that. And I meant it too. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, no, you don't ask me about that shit no more. Now, what was I going to do if he asked me about that shit again? At the very least, he was just going to get cussed the fuck out. Extremely. You know what I'm saying? Which I've already done. Literally. I talked crazy to them motherfuckers the last couple, I say the last couple of days. Well, the last day, because I talked to the young brother once and the older brother twice. And I was not nice to them when I was talking to them. After a certain point, I was just not nice when I was talking to them because they was not getting the goddamn point. They keep asking me and telling me the same goddamn thing over and over again. And I'm just like, okay, motherfucker. It was all kind of fuck yous and all kind of shit thrown in there. It was. There was no pretense or nothing in that shit. I was 100% honest. No filter, no nothing. I talk how I talk. That's basically how I put it. I talk how I talk. If I talk to you how I talk to you, you're going to hear a whole lot of cussing and a whole lot of shit and a bunch of shit you probably going to end up taking the wrong way. Whatever. At that point, if I'm talking to you and you ain't listening, you know what I'm saying? You so hell bent on trying to get what you trying to get that you think you just would have, badger me. I don't even know if that's the right goddamn word. You just gonna keep coming at me with the same shit like I'm gonna bend. It's not gonna fucking happen. They don't like that. Those two. I'm not condemning the whole goddamn culture over that. Them two fuckers. They don't like that shit. You could tell they not used to it. They get frustrated like a motherfucker. They do, they get frustrated motherfucker like, goddamn nigga. Yeah, well, you a nigga too, shit. Between these borders, motherfucker, you just as much of a nigga as I am. Even more so, goddammit, because you Middle Eastern, so shit. I don't know how you looking down on people over here. There's more motherfuckers over here want to get in your ass than they do in mine, homie. It really the fuck is. So, and what my aunt was over here. I was thinking about this shit. My aunt was over here, my dad's sister. And she was here when dude called me in. Uh-oh.